Hi, everyone. Welcome to FESIG.
Co-create a breakthrough for freedom of energy, sustenance, healing, and regeneration of the human vessel. Welcome to FESIG, Free Energy Special Interest Group, where science meets spirituality in the quest for truth and knowledge, free humanity, and transform this planet into a paradise.
Hi everyone, welcome to Physics 69 meeting.
Today is the 2nd of October. I want everyone to be warmly welcome here. I've stopped the button now. Okay, so I actually have accidentally, exit screen again so I can see my control panel here. Today is the 69th FESIG meeting. I want to share a PowerPoint presentation here so that you all could see the agenda for today's meeting. Okay, so here is the PowerPoint presentation. FESIG, as you know, is a free energy special interest group. It's a platform where all enthusiasts, inventors, scientists alike, and researchers of alternative energy gather together on this platform where science meets spirituality to discuss, to develop, and to go forward with the solutions for humanity. So here you are. This is the, oh, hang on. Okay, this is the agenda for today's meeting. And it's a, it's today's meeting. We have Dr. Laki speaking again. In the last meeting, Dr. Laki did a wonderful presentation on the DECA technology that he has come up with. Today, he continues to talk about building a civilization without wires, cables, and generators, a civilization without electricity. Can you imagine that? Presenting this groundbreaking science, discovering a new energy, doing away with cell towers, eliminating radiation and harmful effects. And on the second session, FESIG is going to have a group forum discussion exploring the seriousness of the devastating impact of 5G and what we can do about the threat of this weaponized technology, which will be launched very soon. Sorry. Oh, okay. Right. So this meeting, once we finish all that, this meeting will then adjourn to the 69th FESIG meeting on the 6th of November. So if you want to contact me, you want to participate in some of our forums, you can write to Crystal at truevisionofpeace.com. And go to our website, truevisionofpeace.com or /FESIG.html. All right. So that is in a nutshell what we're going to do today, the agenda that has been read to you. And now I would like to introduce there's the first session speaker, Dr. Ilija Lakicevic. He's very accomplished. Dr. Ilija Lakicevic is a doctor of physics from Serbia. As a research professor, he has experimental proof of his new knowledge and concepts in science, including the true concept of the atom, the truth about all core scientific concepts and the laws of creation, energy, mass, speed of light, gravity, electricity. Discovery of a new energy that he had called the DECA, which was discussed during the last meeting. So please go to our website and click on the link to take you to FESIG's YouTube channel, where you can see the recordings of the meetings and the proceedings, the meetings, all the meetings that we had are recorded verbatim. And he's talking about the presence today on our planet of a new energy with awareness and its unit, the DECA, as well. He will continue talking about that. And he says we can build a civilization without wires, without cables, and without generators, a civilization without electricity. and the radar principle and instant communication to replace cell towers. Oh, today Dr. Leckey is going to discuss more about that as well, because 5G is drawing very near to all of us, and it's devastating. And why microwave radiation harm us, he's going to discuss that and explain to us how it is so harmful. Radiation is a threat to the human race, which we have developed a solution, he says, for us, and that's called the Omnia Radiation Balancer. And we had Tim Sanders, who is helping Dr. Laki market and distribute the product in the last meeting, talking about it. So this is the first working proof of the DECA at work, so he says. And then he could also talk about nuclear waste disposal in today's meeting, using the true concepts of the atom to return nuclear waste to be a fertilizer. Isn't that fascinating? All right, so Dr. Laki actually understands that once we learn how to work with one mind universe principles of creation, we can create revolutionary solutions to human needs that are in harmony with our environment. So thank you, Dr. Laki, for honoring us with your presence and your sharing your science with us in this second presentation of yours. Over to you, Dr. Laki. Thank you very much.
Thank you, beautiful. So, Crystal, for that introduction. I am that I am, lucky of free and sovereign domain. That is how I begin always, in order to remind myself and all of you that we human beings are spiritual beings, we are mental beings, and we are not our body. So we are taught wrong about it, and what we are here experiencing in physical body in this civilization is an upside down civilization, which could be called almost anti-civilization because of the violation of the God's love principle of equal giving and re-giving. And this anti-civilization is based on interest, on taking more than giving. And that is nothing bad, because that is only our experience. Each and every one of us is a soul, a spiritual being, a beautiful soul, mental being who is infinite and eternal. There is no death, and who is born free and sovereign. And we are here incarnating on this planet in order to learn the lesson, who are we, and to increase God's awareness in ourselves, so that we reach that level of becoming one with God and creating by instant manifesting our souls like a God creator who created us by the holographic principle, so that each part of the whole is equal to the whole. So we are actually, each and every one of us is God also. Also means I am God also, you are God also, every human being is God also. In my opinion, there is a support to this discovery in the quantum physics. They have discovered that the whole universe and material universe is a perfect hologram. So it's very difficult for people to understand that part of the whole is equal to the whole. What is the main feature of the hologram? So that is actually, they always consider themselves as being the body, and then consider that what they see with their eyes, the body, although each body of our body extends to the whole universe, because there are other layers which are not visible for our eyes. So to understand that we are creators in the sense that we are learning here how to finally we can reach the state that we can create instantly, that our thoughts can be materialized instantly. And we are learning that step by step. And this is a big school here for us human beings. And in that sense, I consider every human being, as I consider myself also, as a soul in evolution. And the final destination is returning to the home. And the home is not the state. The home is not a place. It is the state of absolute peace and balance. And when we reach that state, we will discover who are we really, and we will be able to create our own universes. And that is the only banda in the universe is a human being itself. And this truth about human being is hidden in this anti-civilization, which we have chosen to experience. It is nothing wrong, nothing bad, but it is all our experience. And we have decided to stop that experience, experiencing all kind of limitations, all kind of duality to the fullness. We have decided on August 17th, 1987, to stop experiencing limitations and decided to experience limitless potentials, to experience without duality, to experience freedom, to experience sanity, to create with joy, with the intensity of our desire, with compassion and everything. And we have created for our support a kind of energy which is different than the dual energy, which is energy of opposition, of fight, of creation with power, force, fear, and efforting. And we have created a new energy, and the new energy, which is energy of love, energy of balance, and energy which can support us in this new era of evolution. And I would love to discuss a little bit about information and knowledge. In the science, knowledge is defined as gained through empirical knowledge, gained through observation and experimentation rather than theories. So in simple words, everything what is considered as a knowledge in official science is what we get from our senses. When we see that two magnets are going to each other, we define it as attraction. Plus and minus are attracting each other according to scientific laws. And is defined as a law of opposites attract each other. That is absolutely illogical to say that opposites attract each other, because the only office of opposite is to oppose each other. So when I have understood that actually almost all scientific laws are upside down of the truth, I have tried to find out the reason why it is so, to solve that riddle, and then in order to help scientific community, because I'm scientist, I love scientists, and I feel enormous potential in the scientific community if they have had the right concept. Even with wrong concepts, they are able to create wonder experimentally, but they don't know why, and it works as it works. All the concepts in the science are upside down. Why? Because our senses are dual, and our senses deliver to us upside down, inverted of the truth picture, so that we whatever we get through our senses is actually opposite of the truth, and that is evolutionary step of us human beings, to realize that perception of of our senses, which deliver to us information, and that information is upside down of the truth, and to send that information to our mind to tell us the truth. So electric awareness of our senses must be left behind us, and in order to spring and make that quantum leap in consciousness into mind, knowing of mind. So my intention is to bring the real laws and the real concepts and share that with the scientific community and everybody else who is open for it, in order to give them the tools so that they can create Vanda, real Vanda, with this knowledge. And the first concept that I have discovered is a concept of the atom. And the atom is not that what is believed in the science. There are no electrons cycling around the nucleus, and no protons and neutrons in the nucleus. Atom is consisting of light rings, like donuts, toruses, which are spinning around the centering point, still point of absolute balance and peace, which is the point of spirit, of creator, of God, of mind. You can call it however you wish, but that is the source of energy, and that is the same concept is for the cell and the particle, and everything in the universe, from the smallest atom to the big whole universe, is compressing and expanding. So compressing and expanding, breathing in and breathing out. And that is the only process in the universe, how matter appears and will be from the space and will be swallowed down back by the space. Huge volume of the space will be compressed by compressing spirals into the small volume of matter, which will be then expanded back to the space. And that is the secret, and the secret is in volume. That the only difference is in the volume, and that is not known in the science, or that scientific concept of the Big Bang and matter created itself. That is absolutely impossible, and it doesn't work that way. So I would like now to explain that concept of energy. Concept of energy in the science is also not correct. Energy is the stillness of the universe at rest. It is in the neutral state and waiting for us to trigger it and to give it form for our desire. So when we give a form to energy, it will never come back. It will change that form, because when one cycle of creation is finished, so to say, that comes back to the seed or pattern, thought pattern from which it starts. Understand that the whole creation, the whole material universe is a mental creation, is an imagination, so that our thoughts are recorded electrically into material bodies. So in our body is electric record of our thought. So it's a mental process, it's a mental game, and even this what we are experiencing now is what we are experiencing now is our mental projection. It's a mental game. That is what we are dreaming. We are dreamers of the dreams. We are imaginers. We are thinkers, mental beings. It is not our body that we are our body. We love our body. We project it mentally and move it mentally in order to experience something. And that is a huge difference to know who I am and what is my experience. I choose to experience something in order to evolve as a soul. And that is the case with everybody else. and we are all on our unique journey back to the source. Everybody is choosing to experience something because the free will is given by the Creator to all of us, and that is why we have decided on that August 17th, 1987, to choose for the first time in the history of mankind here to start a new civilization of peace, harmony, love, and sovereignty and freedom. And that is the most important data in the history of the mankind on this planet, in my opinion. And the new energy that support us in order to develop instant communication, instant manifestation, civilization without electricity and everything else is here, is present here, is finally established, has been finally established on September 18th, 2007, and since then it is available for everybody to create. And creation with the new energy is totally different than the creation with the old energy, because new energy responds to human consciousness. In other words, what you when you address new energy and instruct it to do something and let it do, it will be done on a base that you cannot control and you don't need to control, but it will be done. And I have created the first device with the new conscious energy, which is a simple sticker, Omni radiation balancer, simple sticker. In that simple sticker, there is my conscious intent to balance radiation, and it works. There are certificates, measurements that confirm that it works. It is possible to work with that energy, and there is nothing what cannot be accomplished with that energy. Everything can be done much easier, simpler, cheaper, and efficient. And that is an amazing tool for all those who are deciding for that new energy. And I'm glad that you have talked about people who are awakening all around the world, millions and millions of people. And that is something what I would like to share, that is wisdom of the new era, of the new conscious energy. And that wisdom is very simple. That is the base of so-called powerless life, doing nothing but changing everything, because new energy goes and changes everything if you just send your light and your new energy there where there are conflicts and tensions and so on, and you stay still observer. You do not judge anything. You are aware of the game here, and you send new energy to balance it. That is what is happening in our civilization now. We are witnessing slow destruction of old or organized systems and governmental, healthcare, religious, and all other systems. They are scrambling slowly down, but that transition into new system is smooth, without fight, without wars, and so on. So that is an ongoing process where the new energy is catch actually for all those who are trying to apply the old ways, which are no more efficient and less and less efficient every day. So that people are in the state, many people of depression. They don't know what is happening. They are not aware of the new energy. They are not aware that they can go and enjoy their life and live their passion and just send their love, their thoughts, good thoughts, good intent through the new energy for balancing something in their world or in their own life. So, in my opinion, spreading out this truth is much more important than discovering any free energy device or anything else. Because people are expecting the free energy devices would make them happy if they would pay less for the energy, let's say 50% less or 80% less, does not. I don't believe that they can be happy just because of that material effect. Only when we discover who are we really is a cause of happiness. And the happiness comes from within. In order to go within, we have to cut off our senses and live as a spirit. And then we realize who are we. And this is a simple talk for all those who like to discover self and to know who they are and why they are here, and to feel that peace within, and then know that they are that peace. They can do it, in my opinion, through the conscious breathing, which is a kind of meditation with a new quality conscious decision before starting to connect the spirit within. Take deep in-breath through the nose only, and then breathe out through the mouth. I've been practicing that for more than 20 years, and now only with one conscious in-breath I can connect with spirit and feel that peace. And spirit is the best guide. Spirit is the best guide. Don't suspect it. Spirit knows all answers. Spirit knows knowledge and can share with you everything and guide you if you allow spirit that. And that is everything in the new era about allowing. When with allowing, you recognize and realize who you are, that you are omnipotent, omniscient, and omnipresent being, and your allowance goes into manifestation. When you are aware who you are and connect with spirit, and in that state, you allow something. So, in my opinion, this will be spread out in the whole world step by step, and that is our future. Our future is not, in my opinion, in any kind of electric devices which will be producing electric current cheaper and more efficient and so on. My opinion, if you would offer light and heat to everybody without using electricity, we would solve that problem, and the people will be much more happy than with electricity. But okay, I respect free choice and free feel of everybody else who is doing electric devices, who is working on realization of electric devices for production of electric energy. We human beings are consciousness. What that means? When we incarnate and take body, we become daughter or son. We become consciousness. Consciousness is God, but in physical realization. In simple words, each and every one of us is representing God here on this planet. We are acting God, because whatever we move here, we are acting something. We are acting some role, and we are representing God. And there is no reason that each and every one of us cannot reach that state of God, because some 80% of our daily activities is exactly that what God would do. So we are here to love each other, love self, first of all, and love each other because we are all brothers and sisters. And there is no separation, and there is no separation from the God, and that is illusion of a separation. And oftentimes when I give something or share something, I used to say, I didn't give you, I give myself, because there is no separation between us. If people are astounded, and I'm looking so strangely, and is that possible? Of course, is that possible. That is what love is. Love is giving. Love is giving. So the main feature And the essence of the human consciousness is are honesty, knowledge, and rationality. And in our anti-civilization, there are heavy consciousness diseases, which are dishonesty, expressed through the lie and cheating. Almost in every human transaction on this planet, one or both of the sides are cheating each other. Lies are everywhere. Lies are everywhere. And the second heavy consciousness disease is mysticism. It's a lack of knowledge. That is what is called our science, because all scientific laws except the second Kepler's law are wrong, not right, are wrong. Wrong, that is mysticism, lack of knowledge. And the third one, heavy consciousness disease, is slavery to the technology, which calls irrationality. We have devices and we are totally dependent of devices, and that is pushed forth everywhere, devices to replace us. And now in the new time, even artificial intelligence, AI. But okay, that is what we like to experience. I'm addressing this as a cause of all diseases on the physical body. And there is a huge problem with the healing of the physical body. In my opinion, if we change the cause, the effect will be changed. My opinion, everybody can address his physical body and can talk to his cells, because there is that God centering every cell and ask to balance it. But in support of it, one must first heal those heavy consciousness diseases. One must act honestly, no cheating, no lies. One must come into knowledge, not sense deception and not information. That is not knowledge. And one must understand that slavery to the technology is absolutely irrational, and no rational being would ever allow that technology overrides him. Overrides him. Technology is wonder, but it can never override the consciousness. So creation with a new energy. New conscious energy is that simple that everybody can learn it. But first and foremost, in order to be able to create with the new energy, one must learn how to connect with spirit within and cut off the senses. Only in that state, one can connect with the new energy and place the conscious intent for something. In my case, I have placed the conscious intent for balancing of the radiation, microwave radiation, and it works. Because radiation is consisting of expanding light rings centered by the universal mind point, which is conscious and waiting for me to give it instruction what to do and what to do for me. In this case, to balance radiation. To balance radiation means to remove that centering point to the geometric center. So now I would like also to talk a little bit about the new energy unit, which is called the Deca, or Deca nickname, which I prefer. It is a 12-sided dodecahedron with 6 pairs of spirals, spiraling in and out simultaneously, so that unity is absolutely balanced. And it has consciousness. It responds to human consciousness. And these Deca units can build many different kinds of shapes, like strings, rings, conglomerates, pointed decas and cobra shapes and so on and so on. That I will not go into details about it, but in any case, who is interested in it, I'll write very soon one book about it, and one can read about it and start doing it. In my opinion, much more important than that, to give you advice and to suggestion how in practice you can change your attitude to the energy. Changing attitude to energy so that energy serves you instead of you being slave of energy. And that is a huge achievement in a life of every human being, to start practicing something in order to reach that state of consciousness where energy serves you, when energy is your slave, not opposite. So on my website, teslastyle101.com, there is one link, Practical Magic 101. And everybody can read it, but just reading it probably is not enough. And that's why I would like to share with you in simple words. First of all, you should become more and more and longer time aware of that you are boss, and that you are actually commanding energy, that energy is your servant. And you should find some trigger which you will practice daily, and remind yourself many times during the day that you are commander of energy and that energy can serve you. And that trigger can be any word, meaningless for anybody else except for you. And daily, when you remember that word as many times as possible, you will start to become aware of that, who you are, that you are boss of the energy, and that energy can serve you. Practicing that for the say 20 times or 30 times a daily will enable you to really get support from the energy, and will change many things in your life. I have started to practice it a month and a half ago, and since then many things have been changed in my life. I feel really that things are coming in my life because I'm allowing.
Dr. Laki, I'm going to share screen. This is your website, right?
Yeah, that is my website, yeah. And there is that Practical Magic 101 in blue.
This
link. You can click there.
Practical Magic, yes.
Yes, 101. And scroll down. Scroll down. There is a little bit up here. It is described in the words how you choose that trigger for yourself. It can be just a smiley, it can be word or anything else. And every time when you remember on that, you will become more and more aware who you are, and that you are boss of the energy, and let energy serve you. And that is huge leap in consciousness. And from that state of being, you are becoming actually master who knows how to let energy serve him or her.
So is this what you said that one should pay attention to? An energy trigger is when you say, energy, I command you to serve me. I command you to serve me. That's it. Or energy, serve me. If you don't like the word command, is that what you mean?
Yeah, of course. If you don't like the command, the word command, you can say, I allow you to serve me.
Right. Oh, thank you, Dr. Laki. So, folks, if you're viewing this video, go to Dr. Laki's website, teslastyle101.com. /practical magic 101. You can get Dr. Laki's website link from FESIG's website as well, because where I mentioned his name on the website, you hover your mouse over it, click on it, and you get through to this website. Thank you.
Yeah, yes. And that trigger can be anything like this, probably like this, or whatever, like movement or this, like this one, or choose whatever you wish. What is unique for you and what you like, you can create your own word. For example, that is totally meaningless for anybody else except for you. Some word that you like. And then with that word, you can practice awareness of that who you are, and that energy serves you. And that is how to say, that is a real magic. I would love all of you to start practicing it. I've been practicing it 6 months and a half, and it has huge impact on my life.
Thank you, Dr. Laki. What a lovely message here that you're giving to everyone to be aware of. Well, you know, the time is marching on a bit, and co-chair Dr. Fresfrezel will take over for the Q&A session now. I think we have a hand up from Fernando also is with us. So is Larry Woods, and so is Mike Emery as well. So that's going to be quite a nice discussion group here. And then we will, after this questions has been put forward to Dr. Laki, who's the first speaker here in this first session, we will then adjourn to the second session, where we'll be discussing as a continuing session on the 5G, which is really looming up as a very harmful threat to all of us. So stay on, folks, and participate in the next session as well. So over to you, Fres. You can start off with Fernando, and I can share screen on Fernando's visual.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much, Dr. Laki. Fernando, we started off early before even the tapes was going, and you had a great question for Dr. Laki, and I'm going to turn the table over to you. Go ahead.
Thank you, Fraz. And Dr. Laki, I wanted to share that I am always inspired when I listen to you, because you are such a grounder for ideas in a way that once they come out of your mouth, I can start using the logic and the physics. So I don't even have to worry about proving it. What I was asking about has to do with the process. What I'm doing is I'm skipping sustainability, just like we're skipping free energy. In a way, we want to jump into something that's higher frequency. I call this conscious regeneration. Instead of talking about architecture for sustainable development, I talk about how to consciously regenerate the body, the mind, our connection to spirit. So within this is that communication with our DNA, right? So I shared a geometry, and I also uploaded the high resolution files that people can look at in our chat here. I came up with, I wanted to design something that would be a molecule. Yeah, I see it. Thank you. Were you going to say something, Crystal?
No, I'm saying, is this the right illustration that you mentioned?
That's it. That's perfect.
Okay, cool.
Yes. A year ago, I did a meditation in the rainforest in Mexico to download the healing regenerative molecule, like an atom with orbits. And I wanted to break down what that looked like. So when it was shown to me, it looked like an orb floating, rotating. So I had to stop it in my mind, take a slice of it, and look at the geometry. This is a 12th dimensional system. Think of it as a Stargate with rings that's a codex that you turn from the outside going inward to the center of source, or from source going outward. This would be the physics of the substance, a new kind of energy for the planet. So you would turn those rings and come up with different combinations of 6 words, of an element on the outside, a stage of awakening and consciousness in that ring with a rainbow, which is also sound. It's a sound device. And then lower are the different forms of energy that we're working with. And then further down are the healing modalities in the blue ring, you know, like human touch, massage, or herbs, and there's a couple of words here we don't use much, like coherence and recall, remembering. And then the ring below that is the scale that you're working on. You're working at the DNA level, the human body, the galactic. And then what's inside that 12-sided star, that's the core energy of the nucleus of this new substance coming from source. And you'll notice when you start studying this, you start seeing that there are opposite pairs from one side to the other. So there's a lot going on in the Healing Codex. I've just published it about 2 weeks ago. And we can go back to the video. I want to show something here that I'm holding.
I'll stop
Crystal?
sharing so you can share.
Yes.
Yeah, good night, Fernando.
Oh, okay. I still see it. Oh, here we go. So I'm holding in my hand a 3D printed version of that, and I wanted to show the geometry of it. You'll notice that it has the center there, which is the same as the footprint. This is the Volsahedron geometry. This is the
Fernando,
biggest
sorry
one.
to interrupt. We don't see any video coming up. Would you share again, please?
What's a hydron?
I'm not sure what to do here. I'm not sure. I just want to show myself, my video.
Oh, you want to show
live.
yourself? Just speak up and then you show yourself.
Well,
what you're
can you
holding.
see me now? Can you?
Yes,
You guys
we
can
can.
see me now.
Now we
Okay.
Yes.
So this is the Volsahedron geometry, and Dr. I wanted to show you this. This is what came out of my research since our meeting in 2012. This is a dome, but I wanted to share these wedges. This is the large triangle and the small triangle. The proportion of these is the square root of 3. This is a generator designed to harness this energy that I haven't given a name to. This device creates its own light and dark, heat and cold without any technology, meaning the geometry is the collector. So this is what I'm building, and it's going to be made out of a concrete. Here's a sample of this concrete. It's green. The frequency of this molecule is in the green spectrum. This concrete conducts electricity. It is the orgonite that this device is going to be made out of. And this shocks me sometimes, just lightly, like it has enough current running through it. This is an earth battery from Tesla in my hand, made out of natural elements: silica, quartz, volcanic ash, limestone, and clay. Bingo! It's real.
No.
So we have
But the last thing I wanted to say is this device, if you notice these wedges, this has a 90-degree angle. This is a reflector to reflect frequencies in this frequency range all the way down to here. And the part you can't see is an energetic part of it. This reflects 5G, 30, 100 gigahertz frequencies out. They'll never make it in here. This is the stillness in here. This is where we regenerate your body. So my question is...
Dr. Laki. Oh, go ahead.
Dr. Laki, the question was about cellular mitosis. When cells divide, the intention is to have a stem cell being the result of cell division. All cells in your body now being stem cells to regenerate everything. This device accelerates that. So the question is, do you have suggestions on what else I should be putting in my concrete, or your reaction to this geometry, that it's real?
So I have to say, we have Mike Emery, the quantum physicist, with us here, who's the organic bubble tech. He's here.
Oh, nice. I wanted to show you the printed version real quick. This is a technology. This is a 12th dimensional field of energy that everybody's experiencing. And I gave you a free wallpaper in our comments.
Mike, what have you got to
Dr.
say
Emery.
about what Fernando's sharing?
Yeah, howdy. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Fernando is showing his version of bubble tech.
Oh my goodness. Fernando, that is an absolutely wonderful shape for bubble tech.
Thank you.
That's a big time manifestation device. And when you add bubble tech to it, it'll blow you away. You know, this device can be used to do amazing things. Absolutely amazing. And the concrete, I don't know what led you to make it out of concrete. Absolutely correct. Although we're finding that plaster may be better than concrete nowadays, and the reason is that the plaster has a cubic crystal, which is a four-sided, which is four-sided obviously, and we want where manifestation starts is at seed level in the four-sided ethers. You know, we got circular, square, rectangular, pentagonal, the boundary layer, hexagonal, 7 and 8 sided etheric realms, you know, and they're there. I can show you pictures of them and as well as give you the properties of them, you know, and it's, you know, what Einstein negated is there in spades, and it's all nested. And how they work is really without mystery. It's not difficult. They're made out of love. It's an amazing thing. The ethers
Oh, yeah.
are made out of
Dr.
love.
Embry, I wanted to mention that there is no concrete in this substance. I just called it concrete so people would know that it's used for construction. But if you could zoom in, those bubbles are dodecahedrons. I make them by putting this, it's a foam. It's like a milkshake when I first make it. They're very tiny. I make that because in the concrete mixer, I put 2 sound magnetic transducers and play 432, 936,
Yeah.
528 hertz into the mixture to make these bubbles. This is a lattice. It's a new kind of substance on Earth.
Well, there's nothing new under the
Dr.
sun, bro,
Lucky.
but we're still in hive mind. That's one thing, you know, see, sometimes this stuff doesn't work. And the reason because we're dealing with consciousness. And the reason that it doesn't work is due to hive mind that we are still in. And hive mind is a predetermination mind. And the way that you know for a fact that we are still in hive mind is at the hard edges of matter that you see that's not really hard. It is just consciousness. And what makes it hard is polarity, which is duality, and that is a farce. love, love, and love and fear are the emotions that bind images together that make memory. You know, that's how memories are always tied together with emotions, and those emotions are root emotions of creation, quite literally, because my friend, the 5-sided ether is a boundary layer. Like Adam Apollo said, Chewy, that the emotions travel through the 5-sided ethers, and that boundary layer connects up 7 flat 2D only 4-sided ethers and makes toroids that make vibrations in the hexagonal ethers. And the hexagonal ethers are everywhere. I mean, you know, most of what we see is hexagonal. There's 7 and 8 side also, but and I can show you where all matter teleports every microsecond through the hexagonal ethers. I can show you a picture of it from Oak Ridge National Laboratories. So anyway, so
Okay. Well,
yeah.
super,
Wow,
Mike.
this is
I'm gonna get back to our guest real quick here, Dr. Lucky, and let you riff a little bit on this.
I would like to share just one point which is important for you probably to apply it in your wonderful creation. It is the right pi number, which is a portal between physical and non-physical. The pi number in official science 3.142 is not correct. The right value of the pi number is square root of 10. Try to apply in your creation always that pi number. So to integrate the divine energy into your creation. And that is
Wow,
one.
that's, I just want to, did you say pi or phi? Phi.
Pi.
Pi. Okay.
Pi
the
number.
number three,
I'm using the
number
square
three
root
does
of
that.
phi as my base.
The number three, that's why the square root of 3, what he's using, the number 3 does that. You know, it imparts divine energy straight away. It's totally amazing what 3 does. And he's got the, you know, the square root of 3 there,
when you look
and
at
those
this
right
shape,
angle faces that are the boundary layer. And what the boundary layer does is it takes information from the four-sided ethers and it amplifies it very simply by, you know, you got 2 different surfaces. And so the same information goes out both surfaces, so basically a doubling effect, you know, of all of the energy and information that pass through the 5-sided ethers boundary layer. Patrick
Wow.
Flanagan taught me about the boundary layer.
I
It's
love that
amazing. It's where
information.
differentiation begins. Because, you know, right after the boundary layer, then you get into torrid formation, and then you got vibrations. This is a very simple.
Thank you very much. We're going to get back to Dr. Laki, please.
Yeah, sorry.
Dr.
Okay.
Laki.
I wanted to share that green pulse-sided shape, which has 6 major triangles and 6, that is the zona pellucida of a cell. On the outside of it, only 90-degree angles pointing out, and on the inside, only 60-degree angles. This is a kind of filter for chaotic energy that comes in. It becomes coherent. It's a coherence modulator. So you'll notice the Vesica Pisces on the inside are long petals compared to the circles on the outside. So there's a lot of things going on in this geometry, just learning myself.
Super. Once again, Dr. Laki.
And it's an honor to share this with you.
You are talking about rejuvenation and the cells and so on. In my opinion, I appreciate and I really, that is wonderful what you are doing. I have other concepts for that, starting from the thought pattern. We can record our intention in a evacuated vacuum, evacuated in a vacuum tube, and create a desired pattern and project it permanently on our body. If it is about rejuvenation, our intention, it will work and bring our body back to any desired age, stop aging, and keep the body in the perfect balance if it is our intent. Why it doesn't work in everyday life? Because we think that thought for a moment and then forget it and think other thought and a different thought. So in this way, if we would take that thought and that intention, that conscious intent to rejuvenate body to the desired age, to stop aging and keep the body into permanent balance, and place it into the vacuum where the vacuum tube must have a conical shape, then it will be permanently projected on our body and we can go and live the life, and it will be materialized, because that is the same as if we were thinking that thought permanent. That's my idea, how to create some technology for rejuvenation, stop aging, and balancing body permanently. I didn't find anybody who can build me that desired vacuum tube until now, but now there are some people promising me when they do that, I will do it and show you how it works. Because everything starts as a not two-dimensional, actually non-dimensional pattern. That is thought pattern, that is seed. And then projecting that seed, that thought, that pattern on a body permanently 24/7 will cause the body to come into that desired state. That what is the intent? That is my idea how to. So I mean, there's a challenge, of course, and I love that challenge. And as soon as I succeed to build that desired vacuum tube, I will test it.
Dr. Laki, I sent you how to do that. The Dream Machine. I emailed you the plans, all the information you need to do exactly that.
Yeah, but I was outside in the mountain looking for some location for my experiments, and I couldn't study your email. I will come back with my response.
And Dr. Laki, do you? We were gonna.
It really is without doubt. When you read it, you'll see.
Yeah, of course. I will. I'm sorry. I was so busy outside and was very rare at home and cannot study that. I will do that.
Okay.
Thank you very much for that. I like it. I like it very much. I just had a...
And as far as age regression, I'm doing it now via bubble tech. I am doing it. That's visible on me. As Chewy will tell you, Crystal knows me. My face has gotten smoother in the last few months from doing this bubble tech thing.
Wonderful.
And he's gone younger, like 10 to 15 years younger.
Well, you can see me now. I haven't shaved in a couple of days, but I put my mug on there.
He was walking your talk. Dr.
Yeah.
Laki, you were saying.
Dr. Laki, I'm doing exactly what you have been saying. I'm doing exactly the same thing. I have developed the technology probably.
Yes.
Quite a bit more advanced.
Hive mind is your one mind universe concept that you were talking about. And
hive mind, yeah. That's hard to get one mind. You know, the thing about the really big thing about hive mind that everybody has a real hard time with is that it includes every thought in our head, as well as the flight of every electron in your ass. And the reason is really simple, because it's part of a movie that's been installed in dream sequences, like a jukebox, one dream sequence after another makes the whole movie. And because it's a movie, and that movie, the image is first, no vibrations, no particles, no nothing, the image is first, cause matter to come into being the way it is, okay? Then matter obeys those images entirely, okay? And then proof of that, proof of that is that the human body has infinite awareness. Kinesiology, 10 years, 10 American universities, 20 million muscle tests later, one sentence sums it all up. The human body will answer perfectly any yes or no question on any subject, period. That's correct. It'll do that. Next.
My time is running
but here's the point. Let me get to the point of the hive mind thing, please. Mm-hmm. And the human body has infinite awareness. You got kinesiology, you got the Russian mirrors, human body knows past, present, future. You got the Max Planck Institute, where the body is aware up to 7 seconds beforehand exactly what the mind's going to decide, and that's a continuous state of precognition. And so in comes a hand grenade, and the body knows it's coming and knows a death event is going to happen, okay? And what does the body do? It stays there and gets blown up. Excuse me, who's the idiot? And our fine human body for destroying itself. This is every single death event. This is not just hand grenade. This is all death events. And the image maker that takes your ass to death is our pure consciousness that has installed those images and even come up with the ideas of death in a field of love, which is not possible. We have the ethers are made out of love, as I said earlier. It is a field of love within which all of everything you see is made. And I can explain exactly how that is, and you know that. Okay? All right, well, excuse me. On this field of love, how do you have even the cognition of death? The answer is you don't. Okay, well, then where does that information come from? Darkness, where everything comes from. Everything is conceived in darkness. And the conception of these things is carried out by us, by our pure consciousness, collectively. We collectively have installed the little vignettes over enormous, unbelievable length of time, and these little recordings, like a jukebox, keep replaying and replaying. 16 Jesus figures with mirror image lifetimes might be a clue, you know. At least 5 mass extinction events, more than likely 23 on this planet, as well as Mars, with mass extinction event went on there, you know, and it's just image, it's just manipulations of consciousness, you know. So excuse me, whose idea was death? You know. Yeah.
Very good points. We can't riff all on one spot here. It's great, it's fun, but we got to have room for one more question from somebody else in the audience here today for Dr. Laki. Not hearing. What about Larry? Larry's been very, very quiet. He's been working on toroidal things. Larry, do you want to jump in on this?
See, Derek probably's got the audio switched off. I'm really interested.
Yeah.
3, 6, and 9 on the rodent coil.
Yeah. Larry,
Yeah,
is your mic working?
Larry was mentioning about. Larry's unmuted now. Gonna Larry talk about the 3, 6, 9 frequency of the bubble tank. Oh dear, isn't Larry's microphone working? Right.
Okay. Well, enjoying this free for all that we've got going on here. Back to Dr. Laki. We'll let you wrap it up here. Any thoughts?
I don't know what to tell now. What any thought that there are a lot of issues we can discuss, but what about you mean?
Oh, okay. I have some thoughts. I just want to say that, well, FESIG, the Free Energy Special Interest Group, is set up as a platform for all of you brilliant minds to come together to discuss your findings and your discoveries and to share your ideas with all of us. And I am so grateful that you've all jumped in. I mean, Mike with his organic bubble tank, and Dr. Laki with his Theta technology, the new discovery of the non-electrical device and technology. And here we have Bosa, the Hadron as well, Fernando coming in and talking about his design, and it's so wonderful. But if I were to say that it's going to make things a lot easier, yeah, as Dr. Laki has been very humbly saying that he has been very busy in the mountains and he doesn't have much of an internet connection to study Mike Emery's bubble tank. You know, it just touches my heart. So, and it's so wonderful if each and every one of you will look at each other's discoveries, and perhaps you might be able to find a missing link in your the missing equation in your invention and your discovery, so that you can then pull out the your prototypes a lot quicker for the benefit of humanity. And I really thank you, all of you, who has made such big strides in contributing to humanity's freedom. Thank you.
I would like also to thank you for exchanging and for learning from you. And unfortunately, my time is now out. I have other obligation. It's at 10 p.m. here.
Oh, I see. Okay, right. Because the next session.
I have to leave you now. But we will discuss from my point of view 5G next time, and
from your point of view next time. Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Laki.
Thank you, Dr. Laki. We love you.
Thank you very much, and I wish you enjoy the discussion about 5G, and I will contribute by the next opportunity.
Oh, thank you, Dr. Laki.
Thank you so much.
Namaste.
Yeah. Bye bye,
Okay.
beautiful
Thank
souls.
you for all your contributions.
all the best, all the best.
And do join us on Mondays, yeah?
I will try. I will try. Really, contact me on WhatsApp.
Wonderful. Yeah,
Thank you.
lovely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye bye. Bye bye.
Lovely meeting. Right. So there being no other business, this meeting. Oh, Michael, you have something to say? I
Well,
didn't
please, yeah, that form, that shape, and I'm sorry, I lost the person's name that had the half dome with the angles, please.
Fernando.
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 Yeah, that is super important technology what he has there, and it's a manifestation technology, especially when combined with bubble tech. And I know exactly how to do it. You know, it's totally phenomenal.
I'll put you through to Fernando, okay? I'll let the two of you discuss the technologies together. Oh, it pleases me so much. And also,
yeah, if Fernando's available to keep chatting, I'd love to talk to him. If we can do that now, is that possible?
Oh, Mike, I have to take off also, but I wanted to let everyone know I'm going to send the original files to Crystal of the Healing Codex. I'm not sure what's the best way to share them. Should I put them in our secret group on Facebook?
oh yes,
So everybody can.
yes,
Okay,
Fernando.
I'll upload them there.
Yeah.
And everybody in this group will have the first ones in high resolution before I publish them.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah, so, is it possible to get a mold, you know, that makes that shape?
We're building a full-size mold to make an 18-foot diameter dome. So we'll
Oh
talk
my
about
goodness.
that in the meeting.
Yeah, but now, how about smaller shapes?
I'm not able to release the 3D file just yet. This is still in research mode, but eventually we will. I don't ever plan to patent it. It is for the world.
Oh, Fernando.
It's awesome. You know, that shape with the inside with plaster and other organic material inside would be a manifestation tool, a big time manifestation tool.
Wow.
Thank you, Mike, for that feedback.
This is
It
the whole
fills my
idea
heart.
of FESIG. Helping you step on a platform where you can all work together and pool your resources together. It's so wonderful, Fernando. Yeah, when you're ready, let me know, and I'll put you onto the speakers platform.
Okay, thank you. And we'll be scheduling a longer talk so I can give everyone the updates of my research over the year.
Oh,
Lots of tests with that mold.
That would be superb. That would be fantastic. How about the 6th of November? That will be the next meeting, and the 70th is it?
Yeah, I can do that in November.
November.
I'll schedule it. I'll set it in my calendar.
Wonderful. 6th of November, so I could announce it.
Yes, and I was so excited what Dr. Laki shared today. It very much validated a lot of what I'm experimenting with. There are no electric conduits or cables in this structure. It has its own energy, and it's not electricity.
Yeah. That's the beautiful thing about this platform when you share these ideas that are so synchronistic. Yeah. And Mike is also talking about hive mind as well. You're talking the same language.
The same language.
Universal love. Yeah. Wonderful. So much love here. Okay. So shall I go around the table? Well, you did right first, and it seems like nobody has any other questions or whatever. So let's just. There being no other business, this meeting is now adjourned to the second session of the 69th FESIG meeting. Thank you, everyone present. Thank you for taking the time to be with us in this first session. And namaste to all.